Okay, this thing wants to strangle me, and that I do not like.
Don't be chicken.
Don't let go of them, please.
Don't squeeze him real hard.
Okay.
I've been asked a question at times, well, you must hate the snake. And my answer is no, we do not. It's really not the snake's fault.
Well, good morning, everybody. We have a gorgeous day here in South Florida. This is our kickoff event for the 2016 Python Challenge. A lot of folks look at the Python Challenge and are looking to see, thousands of snakes being collected. The goal of these events is much more to raise awareness about invasive species in Florida and then enlist you, the public, to help us with that endeavor.
Hunting these snakes when a cold front comes through, they don't like cold water, so they'll come up on the Deer Islands, which are Indian mounds built 10,000 years ago in the beautiful Everglades, and that's refuge for fur-bearing animals, what they eat. So that is the best time to hunt the snake. So the challenge as far as the amount of snakes caught has a lot to do with the weather.
Pet owners in one Fort Lauderdale neighborhood and their pets are breathing a little easier this morning. A giant python is in custody.
Burmese pythons were first spotted in South Florida in the 1980s, and their numbers have been rapidly growing ever since. Native to Southeast Asia, they arrived in the United States through the exotic pet trade. They have come to inhabit the Everglades as a result of irresponsible pet owners releasing them into the wild when they become too large to care for, and damage to a breeding facility during Hurricane Andrew in 1992, in which a number escaped and were never found. One of the largest snakes in the world, they're capable of growing up to 26 feet and weighing more than 200 pounds. More than 2,000 have been removed from the Everglades since 2002, but with no known predators, the python population has surpassed 100,000. The snakes are wiping out native mammals at a shocking pace, and scientists fear the damage this could cause to the surrounding ecosystem will be severe.
So we get down to the camp, and I thought I'd take the dogs for a little walk in the woods, get some exercise. And about 50 yards in the woods, they put their noses to the ground, they started working hard, come out, flush this big python, and really she's the one that led us to that snake.
Woo, son!
This is the hardest thing that anybody's ever gonna hunt because it's a 10-foot needle in a 2 million acre haystack. They say you're gonna walk past 100 before you see one. So you really got to know what you're looking for. You got to know what you're doing. She's going to calm right down for me. She was pretty hot right there at first. Once I handle her a little bit.
You're doing the death grip. We need not do that.
Take your mind.
The Python Challenge started Saturday, January the 16th, and it's going to end on February the 14th. It's about 4 weeks of collecting time for Burmese pythons. Last I heard, about 500 people had signed up for it. Brooke, are you ready to go now? One thing that we wanted to change for the 2016 Python Challenge is the amount of information, education, and training that we provided to people. And that's why we started these in-person trainings, to give a lot of people the opportunity to learn more in a live training session and get some hands-on experience with the animals.
In general, they're not going to run out and just attack you out of nowhere. If you get close to where they're hiding and they think they're observed, then they're going to try and defend themselves. But that usually it's something we elicit from them because not paying attention.
Detection rates for pythons are really low. First of all, they're well camouflaged and they sit very still. It's amazing how a python can sit in the grass and simply disappear. You just can't see it from a few feet away.
Have you spotted any yourself when you've been out there?
No, not alive.
We're about 3.5 hours into the challenge and we've already got one in the bag, which is amazing because the last Python challenge we I think we spent 7 days before we even saw the first python, and to get one this early on, it's amazing. I hope it's not a jinx that we're not going to see another one throughout. In 2013, we ended up with 6 snakes total, and that put us in second place. So when I heard that the second Python challenge was coming, I first called Dusty and I said, "Dusty, are you in on this one?" And he said, "Absolutely." He said, "We got to go back and win it this time." First prize would be for the most snakes, and then you'd also have a first prize for the longest snake, and that would be a total of $8,000 that we could win. Here's some snake hunters here. Fine folks.
The second day I gave Riley the day off, we were just steady on the boat. I thought, you know, well, we're gonna start seeing a snake because the sun's coming out. He was cruising at a pretty good clip, and I just happened to spot just a foot of the snake sitting there. See him right there?
Oh yeah.
I immediately yelled at him, spun around, we pulled right up to the snake.
Come on, don't do anything like that.
Watch him, son. It's just a frenzy when you see the big snake and he's striking at you and you're dancing with him.
Here you go.
I get high for a little bit and then it rushes down. You know what I mean? It's definitely an experience that I love. Whew, Billy. How do we do it?
Got my adrenaline going.
17. That is how many Burmese pythons have been caught so far during this year's Python Challenge. More than 500 people have registered to take part in the hunt, which started Saturday. It ends February 14th. Hey, just in time for Valentine's Day. Nothing says I love you like that. Exactly.
A 2012 study by the U.S. Geological Survey linked the skyrocketing python population to a severe decline in mammals in the 1.5 million acre Everglades. The most extreme examples include a near complete disappearance of raccoons, rabbits, foxes, and bobcats in the southernmost region of the national park. Even top predators such as the Florida panther may be at risk, as Burmese pythons in their native habitats have been known to consume leopards. A female Burmese python may lay up to 100 eggs at one time, making the spread of these animals that much harder to manage. No matter how many snakes are rounded up and killed during the Python Challenge, the impact of the competition to the overall population control will be limited.
Deer inside a 15-foot.
A lot of people don't realize the damage that these snakes can do. To see what's happened to the Everglades over my lifetime, there used to be a lot of wildlife here. Once you get a snake, you go to the drop-off locations. There's several of them that are located throughout the Everglades, and fill out your paperwork. There's GPS coordinates you have to log in, and from there it goes into a necropsy where they see what how the health of the snake is. Yeah, 9 foot and 9'8". Babies.
They can be. Look how big they are.
You come out here to the Everglades and you can go just a matter of a few miles and you're in a jungle of people and cars and traffic, and then you step on the other side of the highway and you're in a vast area of 1 million acres of wetlands and wildlife and all that. So there's a fine line of the two different jungles.
The Everglades is just so vast, and you can just see for miles and miles and miles, and it's just one of those places that you get out there and you think that you're the only one on the earth out there.
We're on day 3, 27 to go. I think the next couple of days we'll just focus on the levees in the morning and let that sun warm the snakes up and come out. But in the early afternoon, maybe just start exploring some other areas, different canals and stuff. We've covered this area pretty good, and you'd expect to see more wildlife than what's actually here. The deer population's down. I think in 2013, I think we saw one river otter, and they should be all over the place down here, and there's just not that much wildlife left. I grew up in this area, and this was my backyard as a kid, and I come out here to hunt these snakes to do my part to keep it as natural as it used to be.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and then click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.